Democracy for the few. A contrast between the US and Pakistan. If you look at Pakistan's system and compare it with the developed world, the major problem is public participation. Recently, Democratic Convention, it was a 4-day convention that took place in Chicago. And in this convention, delegates from all over the USA, they nominated their president and vice president and their presidential and vice presidential candidates, Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. Uh, Kamala Harris was the vice president in Joe Biden's government, and Tim Walz was the governor of Minnesota. He was a school teacher, and he also worked in the National Guards. So he was a common man. He's a common man, and he's an average citizen. So the point I want to make here is that people took part in primaries. So before elections, political parties they start primaries in which candidates present themselves for the post of senators and House of Representatives and for president. And then president picks the vice president. So all over the country they go and there are primaries in which political parties workers they take part in elections and they nominate the candidates and the winners they accept nomination. Last month Republicans party their candidate was Donald Trump. He accepted the nomination and he selected JD Vance. And this month, yesterday, 2 days ago, Democratic Party's convention is over, and they, in this nomination, Kamala Harris she accepted nomination, and her partner is Tim Walz. So look at the process. It's a long, 2 years long process in which, from every state, uh, workers of political parties they nominate, they elect, they decide who will be their next president and vice president and senator. And then after the parties nominate, then those people who win, they accept the decision. Winners and losers, all they accept the decision. Then they take part in the elections and they go to the general public, and then there are official elections. And those elections, then people are elected. You can see Barack Obama defeated Mitt Romney. Barack Obama defeated John McCain. Bill Clinton, who was a poor boy, he uh, defeated George W. Bush. George W. Bush is like he's a very powerful and rich, and he was the vice president of Reagan. He also was CIA chief, and he had very important responsible positions. But Bill Clinton was the governor of Arkansas, and he defeated him. Barack Obama, he was a black person, African American, and he defeated. And now the competition is between a billionaire, Donald Trump, and who is supported by other billionaires like Elon Musk and famous Kennedy family uh, member. Yesterday, he was contesting elections, but he stopped his campaign and he suspended his campaign and he supported or endorsed Donald Trump. So imagine, on the one hand, you have Donald Trump, on the other hand, you have Kamala Harris, who is the daughter of immigrants, and Tim Walz is a common man, he's contesting elections. Now you compare this with Pakistan. Here in Pakistan, we have political parties that they don't have elections. They don't have proper elections. I mean, although we have this, our election commission, or even our election commission is, there are so many accusations on the working of election commission. In every election, nobody is happy with the way elections are conducted. So political parties, they are told by the election commission to conduct elections, but they don't conduct elections fairly. Similarly, there are no local bodies. Through local bodies, leadership from the common people emerges, and it is not happening. Why? Because the ruling class they know that if there are local bodies elections, then leadership will emerge and they will challenge them after 30 years. So that is the difference you will see here, and that is why Pakistan needs to follow this democratic revolution in which political parties they have democracy in them. Local bodies elections are held so that this 1 to 3% people who are ruling the country they should create space for the 97% people, and that is how we can make. And for this, I will give example of Rosa Parks. She was a woman. She was sitting on a bus, and at that time there was a rule that white people and black people, if a black person is sitting, he will have to stand up for the white person if he comes into the bus. In 1955, one day, She was sitting. It happened in Montgomery, Alabama. She was sitting, and a white man came, and she was told to stand up. She refused, and she struggled. And then when Bill Clinton became president, he invited her, and she was appreciated and supported much later. So Pakistan, we we will have to. There are some. So Pakistan should also have fair democratic process. Political parties should have democracy. And I am one clarification. I'm not saying that rich people don't have the democratic right to conduct elections. In America, Donald Trump, George W. Bush, his son George W. Bush, they contest elections. They're allowed, but they come through fair process. So what I want to say here is we don't hate rich people. We don't want to. We respect their political and democratic right, and they should take part, but we should also people of Pakistan should also be given right because uh, only through proper democracy we can change the course of the trajectory that we are following nowadays. And the country belongs to people, and people, this is their basic right that young people who are leaving the country, they should be told that this country is yours. Stay here and take part in the political process and take the leadership position. And I request the political parties and those people, election commission, and all those people responsible, that they should think about it and there should be political parties reforms. And all political parties must sit together and they should decide that they will share power with the people of Pakistan. There will be local bodies elections. Now, let's see the questions. Oh, sorry, sir. Okay. Thank you very much for your comments. And I will read your comments. And in my next videos, I will reply your questions. Thank you very much for your comments, and I appreciate your comments. I will read your comments after this video is in my free time, and I will try to reply you. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Stay blessed.